Rajdeep, big development. Dharmendra Pradhan has now resigned. That was the key demand of the CJP, of the opposition. That has now happened. Where do you see this movement, this protest going from here on?
Well, first, I think let's put this in context. This is huge because in the 24 years that Narendra Modi ji has been both Gujarat Chief Minister and then Prime Minister, I know of only one instance where really a minister has been asked to go, and that is MJ Akbar after the Me Too controversy. In all other instances, there was a cabinet reshuffle in which people would be slowly eased out. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Harshvardhan, Ramesh Pokhriyal, who was also earlier an HRD minister, they were all removed by Mr. Modi only through cabinet reshuffle. This is the first instance that I remember of a senior minister, either in Gujarat or now in Delhi, being removed and sacked in a manner because of public pressure. It just shows the extent to which the government found itself in a spot. Look, this is a government which is desperately keen to pass the delimitation bill in this session of parliament. The opposition has been holding firm, no discussion on any other issue until the minister resigns. Outside parliament, you saw what was happening with the protests. They were organically now spreading to other cities. And clearly, the government was aware that if these protests remain on the streets ahead of Independence Day and further, and if parliament is in a logjam, they will not get that delimitation bill passed through. There's anger among the youth, which is being crystallized through what I call an Instagram revolution of sorts, which has now hit the streets. So from all sides, the government was cornered. And every attempt was made to try and insulate Dharmendra Pradhan somehow. Education secretary was transferred. Officials were transferred. There was a rejig in the NTA. The government promised a new law on paper leaks. They already have a law, frankly, 2 years ago, which is equally strict. Nothing was working. I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest. Let's for once call a spade a spade. The government was cornered. And the government therefore realized that the only way to wriggle out of the corner they found themselves in was to take the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan. So in that sense, what happens next is a great question, because this movement was driven at the moment by this singular agenda. As one of the CGP guys said, Hamari bhi majburi hai to ask for the minister's resignation, and the government's majburi was there. So there was majburi on both sides, and this has eventually led to the minister's resignation. As a result, I think some of the momentum, the CJP can claim victory now. The opposition can claim victory. Possibly it will be very difficult for the opposition now to stall parliament on Monday. The government is bringing the new public exam bill, introducing it. There will be a discussion, presumably, therefore, on that. And I also think that the Jantar Mantar protesters, having been able to get the minister to resign, if their other demand of FIRs against protesters all the FIRs should not be pursued. If that demand is met, I think we will well have a solution by this evening. I mean, That is very, very likely. Ashutosh Ranka, who's supposed to meet the minister, was supposed to meet the government delegation at 4 o'clock, told me yesterday itself that the ministers yesterday had not ruled out Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. So that is where I think somewhere down the line, the government realized they were under severe pressure, and hence have chosen to take this decision. And maybe to some extent, at least in the short term, you will find that the movement will claim victory, but maybe people will go back, will no longer be on the street, at least for now. They may well have a victory jaloosh. There may be a victory rally tomorrow or later this evening.
All right, Rajdeep, do stay with us. In fact, we also have Preeti